Hey guys, welcome back to Boot Camp. I'm your instructor, Coach Nye. We're going to jump straight into it. Every truth faced expands your leadership. I'm going to say that again. Every truth that is faced expands your leadership. What do I mean by that? Well, that is unpacking your emotional triggers. The power of naming what hurts you. Right? So in order to be a great leader, right, you have to learn how to be a good follower. Meaning that in order to lead others, you have to learn to lean on God. You have to heal you before you can lead someone else and try and heal them. And as a leader, that's the most important part. Every truth that you face about yourself will expand your leadership because it won't keep you capped at the level of understanding of what you only know or what you were taught. It'll be able to allow you to reach others outside of the audience that you knew, which was your environment. So we'll start. The first place that I would tell you to start is to unpacking emotional triggers. And this gives you the power of naming what hurts. Now, why is that so important? A lot of us are not emotionally intelligent at all. No, we're not emotionally intelligent at all. Matter of fact, we grew up with two emotions, and that was either you're angry or you're happy. So if I make you cry, guess what? You're angry. You know, we were taught that to be strong because that was the thing to do. As a woman, we were taught in order to be respected, we have to show power. And that power was to show the rested bee face or to just show up in demand and say, this is what we want. And especially in the Black community, they say we're angry Black women because we show up with aggression. They never say passion, they say aggression. Well, we know in the community that's not what it is at all. We know where that stems from. We know why we are that way. It's not that we hate anyone. It's not that we down talk anyone. It's the fact of what we were taught and how we were taught that we needed to be respected. But what if I tell you this? Those are just emotional baggages. And I'm going to help you break those down. See, like I always say, I'm the coach that's going to save the world. In every platform that I have, I'm going to have homework or something that you can do to reflect on you, meditate, or become whatever it is to help you become the better version of you. In this season of my life, I'm teaching people and I'm training and I'm developing leaders so you can operate in your purpose, on purpose, right? So emotional baggage is just a term for unresolved psychological issues, right? Meaning like stress, trauma from your past, things that were placed on you, being a product of your environment, things like that. And those type things affect your present. So that's what I want to make sure that we touch on that. So therefore we understand about facing our truth so we can expand that leadership, right? So let's unpack these emotional triggers. I want you to really think of a situation because in my book, my journal that I created, A Trinity Walk to Self-Love, it is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. And what I described how I had to learn gray areas. See, I had this therapist. Her name was Dr. Hughes. Miss Hughes, Dr. Hughes. Listen, she was amazing. She was the only one that knew how to meet me where I was. Because I had to go to her and explain to her. I said, I know this is going to sound weird. I don't want you to think I'm crazy, but I feel like I'm battling with Isha and Naisha. Isha was someone that I created to protect Naisha. If you don't know, that's my real name, right? So Isha was the one that was tough. I was strong. I was powerful. I can fight with the best of them, and I will fight you. But Naisha was sensitive and full of love. Naisha just wanted to love everybody. Naisha wanted to just save the world. That's my true, authentic self. And that's what happened. We create these egos or these different personalities to protect our true, authentic self because the world told us we had to. The world told us that we wasn't good enough. Who we truly were just nothing but beings of love wasn't good enough. If you want to live in this world, you got to know how to fight. Do you understand? So I had to learn to unpack that by understanding what is my gray areas. That is the power of naming what hurt me. That is unpacking the emotional triggers. I had to create a gray area, and that's what Dr. Hughes taught me. Because I would always say, when I get real upset, I get back spasms. So in those back spasms, that means that I know I'm about to fight. I'm just keeping it real. I know I'm about to tear this place up. Yep, every 115 pounds that I was back then. Yep, I'm about to show up and show out and don't care nothing about nothing. And when I calm down from being the hawk, I'm going to be just like how the hawk was. David would just fall back and fold all the way in from shame. He would fold all the way in because he's a good person. He just loves. That's all he want to do. But when the world keep eating at you and poking at you and coming for you, somehow the hawk shows up. Whichever way your hawk show up, it shows up. And when the hawk shows up, baby, we about to have problems over here in aisle 8. And the reason why the hawk shows up is because something inside of us triggered that alarm that we feel that we need to be protected. We feel fear. We're scared. We're something about this in us that triggered the hawk to show up. But I'm here to tell you, unpacking it, right? And I had to name that hurt. And I didn't name it from the ego that I created. I had to go back to my childhood. Why am I this way? What point in my life when all I was just happy and I just wanted to love that I stopped wanting to love? I was afraid of someone hurting me. What point did that start? And I had to go meet her where she was. I had to meet me where I was in the time that I had to create an ego to protect me. And I had to go and talk to that part of me, meaning that the lie that I created back then, I processed it as the truth, which then produced and birthed Isha, the hawk. So I had to go back and I had to process some truth. Whatever it was that hurt me or whatever it is that I was unpacking, I had to speak to me in that time, at that level of an understanding of, as a child, yes, a child looks at love like this. It's just automatic. Everybody's supposed to be kind and everybody's supposed to love. However, it's something that changes that for them. So I had to speak to myself. When that person did that to me, that did not mean they didn't love me. That did not mean that they hated me. That did not mean that they wish I wasn't born. They were frustrated. And they spoke to me from an adult to a child, and I processed it as a child. But now that I'm an adult, I understand that's not what they meant at all. So now I'm going to process the truth. They were frustrated. They projected onto me. I was a child. It's not my fault. So now I'm going to process the truth. Now that I process the truth, now my reality changes. Do you understand? That's how you unpack those emotional triggers, and then you give it a name. What hurts you, give it a name. And now that we're learning how to love ourselves and step into our purpose and our power, we're learning that what we thought was the right way to survive in this world was actually only what the enemy wanted us to believe. Because if we ever knew that we were to step into our purpose, or we were this close to being in our purpose, if we ever became our true authentic self, if we ever revealed of who we were, the enemy gonna be in trouble. So you hear a lot of people say that, oh, you're going to uncover some truths about you, in a past life, you were this person in a past life. No, baby, let's talk about in this life. Let's stay present. Let me put you back present. Because in this life, you're supposed to be that being of love. That's who you are. That is your true authentic self. We don't have to go any past life, because right now in this life, you are love. See, love is not an action, it's a being. That's what everybody get it twisted. Love is the highest gift of all. That is God. But in order to receive love, you have to be in your true authentic state. And when you're in your true authentic state, then you can receive love, because you'll understand that love is God. There is no unconditional, conditional, agape, these different loves that they made. It's only one love. And it's to be that. See, it's not about me telling you I love you. No, when I show up in your life, you're going to feel it because I am a being of love. I'm going to bring the light. I'm going to rekindle your light. When you're in the dark, I'm going to be the light when I show up. I'm going to be the one to help you get up off the floor. I'm going to be the one to teach you how to heal. I'm going to be the one to make sure, because that's love. Love is peace. Love is joy. Love is happiness. Love is kind. Do you understand? Love is everything of God. And when you understand that, then you'll know how to love yourself and love God. You can't love God till you learn to love yourself. How do you love yourself? By getting back to you. Who are you? I did an episode on that. Go check a couple of episodes back. Who are you? I want you to get to your true authentic self. So therefore, in order to get there, we're going to unpack emotional triggers. And we're going to take our power back by naming what hurt. Listen, in this season, I'm all about teaching. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube, go over there because I do a Cozy Sunday chat with Coach Nye every Sunday. And we talk and I give out homework there. That is Chat with Coach Nye on YouTube. My podcast here, you guys go ahead and subscribe here because I'm going to give you homework here too as well. Also, I want you guys to download GroupMe, or if you have it, go ahead, find me on there. Chat with Coach Nye as well. It does not matter where you meet me at. You're going to learn something about self-healing and self-love. And I'm going to teach you how to journal. The whole purpose of this journaling is so you can become the best version of yourself. Because that's what's so important. You have to learn how to journal. Do you understand journaling? Journaling is your testimony. Let's look at the Bible. We've been teaching this lately. In the Bible, right, we have all the books that's in the Bible, and it gives an account to how they seen Jesus, or what they seen, or what they went through, or whatever it was that they went through, whatever it was. That's what the Bible is. And somehow, the Bible didn't exist when God, created the world and with Abraham and Jesus. No, it was created hundreds of years after Jesus was gone. Now, after he was gone, they decided which books was going to go in there. It's like the testimony stopped. Like, this is it. This is the end all be all. This is the book, and that's what it is. That is it. That is done. No more. But it didn't stop there. The enemy stopped there. The enemy wanted you to stop there. What make you think that your testimony is not needed in this season? It is somebody that's going through the same thing that you're going through. Yeah. Somebody is going through the same thing that you're going through, and they need you. They need you. They need you in this season. They need to know what it is or how did you get through that? That's my job, to teach you how to journal. How you can take what it is that you've learned, put it in a book. If you want to sell a book, sell the book. It doesn't matter. Somebody needs your testimony. And that's why it's so important for me when I say, hey, I'm going to teach you how to journal on every platform that you meet me at. I'm going to teach you how to become the best version of yourself. That is it. And that is all. So you guys, I want you guys to continue to practice self-care. Remember, my the Trinity of Fitness, my Trinity of Fitness boot camp was the foundation of it is the five pillars, which is RPI. And what RPI is to acknowledge, release, personal self-care, inner exploration, and empowerment. That is your checks and balance. Whatever you got going on or whatever you're going through, that is your checks and balances. That's what you're going to check yourself off of. And that's the reason why I did it, because in order to build the Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp, I had to, first off, the Trinity of Fitness itself is the spiritual, mental, and the physical. That is healing. But I had to have a foundation. What is it that, I should be looking for? What is it that I should be doing? You should be able, whatever you're going through, to check whatever you're going through off that RPI, acknowledge what it is, be able to release it. I want you to practice. Matter of fact, if you can practice it, or personal self-care, which is to pour into yourself. And then you got the inner exploration, which is to reflect. I did not say obsess over it. Reflect on it. Find the fault, what part did you play in whatever it is, because it's the only thing you can fix. You can't fix anything else. You can't fix anybody. And then empower yourself by speaking life into yourself. I like to declare. I don't like affirmations. I'll declare a thing because God said it is so. I say it is so. I declare it to be so in my life. So let me go ahead and give you your homework for the week. Listen, I done had it out on the platforms all week. So, it's due Saturday. As I tell everyone, it's due Saturday. But listen, get your journal and let's talk about it. It's your prompt is, how can stillness improve your clarity and decisions today? That's what I want you to focus on. That's what I want you to focus on, and you can rewrite it in any kind of way that you want. You can say it in any kind of way that you want, but that's what it is. I want, how can stillness improve your clarity and decisions today? Okay. Now, I'm going to give you something to meditate on as well. I'm going to find you a good one so you can meditate on. Here we go. Let me get you this one. So I want you to meditate understanding emotional baggage. Now, I've taught you how to unpack the emotional triggers. I told you what emotional baggage is. It's just a term for unresolved psychological issues. Any kind of stress, trauma from your past that is affecting your present life today. And if you guys go back a couple of episodes, I teach you about staying in the seconds. That's where God is, in the seconds. He's not in the minutes, because the minutes is future. He's not in the past tense of an hour ago or a week ago, because that timeline don't exist anymore. He's in the present time with you while you create your future. You don't create your future. That's why you get anxiety. Anxiety is future. That's where you get anxiety. But if you stand the present with God, he'll help you create what your future look like by keeping you on your path going forward. Listen, my topics on my last episodes and episodes before, I talk about all that. So go ahead, check those out. If no one told you today, I'm telling you right now, I love you and I am so proud of you. I want you to keep going. I want you to do the best and become the best at everything that you do. So I'm going to give it to you one more time. A matter of fact, I'm going to give you 2 reflection journaling prompts. How can stillness improve your clarity and decisions today? Which that was homework for last week, but I'm going to give you this one. What am I holding that I'm finally ready to release? Both of them play off of the emotional baggages, okay? And I want you to meditate on what we talked about, okay? That is so important. Understanding emotional baggage. That's what I want you to meditate on. Listen, I love you guys. As always, I want you to continue to do great. If you have not subscribed, go ahead, subscribe here. Subscribe to my YouTube, Chat with Coach Nye, my group me, Chat with Coach Nye, and of course, my podcast, Chat with Coach Nye. I try and keep all my handles the same as Chat with Coach Nye, so no matter where you go, it's easy to find me. And my link to my website is in the bio, so go there. It is Nye Fitness, nye-fitnessllc.com, and you can go there, subscribe, so you can stay up to date with all the highlights, life coaching sessions, leadership programs, and everything that I got going on. So listen, I want you guys to continue to be great. Remember to pour into yourself before you pour into others, and God will pour into your cup until they're overflowing. In this season, he's going to use you as the storehouse for people to come. That's what that overflow is for. And overflow is not money. Let's take away money. Overflow is not always money. It can be wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which I would suggest that I would rather have it, because with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it'll give me the good energy that I can go on and create the millions and billions or whatever it is that you want to do in your life, whatever your heart desire. But you got to have the wisdom. You got to know how to get the knowledge, right? And you have to be wise about how to steward or whatever it is that God is going to have you steward over, and be able to understand what it is, or understand when God is speaking to you or telling you what to do. So I want you guys to be great. Coach Nye out.